In my last video, I talked about the path I took to overcome imposter syndrome and the freedom that it unlocked for me once I did. Today, I'm talking to you about one of the greatest lessons I had to learn once I overcame imposter syndrome, and I still have to remind myself of sometimes. Stop playing small and waiting for one day, because the best time is now. Like so many people, so many of my pursuits and level ups were waiting for me one day. I just first had to get one more degree, a few more certifications, a few more connections, and just a little bit more experience. But my battle with imposter syndrome showed me that I am already enough right now. I was already enough. But the truth was, I was hiding behind the one more connection and one more experience to overshadow the fact that I just didn't feel ready, that I didn't think I was qualified enough, that I didn't think my best was enough as is. So I just needed one more set of experiences, one more certification, just one more thing so my level up would make sense. But this journey has shown me I am already enough. I already know enough. I can already do enough. I am ready now. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying there's not room for improvement. There always is room for growth and improvement on this journey. But perfection is not required. I realized that on this journey that I didn't need to be perfect. I didn't need to know it all or be able to do it all, that I could get started now, that it was okay to leave room for grace, growth, and gain. I had to release the belief that I had to have every piece of the puzzle, because the truth is that as you grow, you evolve, you change, the puzzle is gonna change too. The pieces will change too. So I was waiting for all of the pieces of a puzzle that was changing. I had to realize that I was already enough. I had all the pieces already, the pieces that I needed to get started and go for it. And one thing I had to realize was that the fear that I felt wasn't my signal to stop. It was my signal to go. It was my attempt to protect myself from this unknown path. But anything that's unknown is gonna be a little scary. I had to realize that fear was a little tension telling me to go anyway. So I had to learn to do it anyway. Do it afraid, do it unsure, but do what I knew to be best anyway. And that brings me to my next point. The second thing I learned was that I had to do it scared. I had to do it anyway. I had to do it unsure. I had to do it without all of the answers, with all of the plans laid out. I just had to do it. And I had to trust that along the path, the journey would reveal itself. That the pieces that were needed for my next steps would fall into place, and that everything would line up in its perfect timing. If anything, I had to learn from experience what faith actually is. On this journey, I realized that life is a journey that always requires more. It requires more out of you. It requires constant growth, constant evolution, constant reflection, and it will require you to step up and do things that are, quite frankly, scary. And I realized that I just had to get over it. And once I looked back at my life and looked at all of these things that I had done before that should have been scarier, but because I had this mindset that, well, it is what it is, I have to do this, I didn't allow it to become this huge thing. So it didn't feel like this big deal. So the hurdles and these obstacles, these huge mountains that I encountered in, my current life and the things I would encounter in the future, I realized that I have to put them in their place. I have to make them size appropriate, acknowledge they exist, acknowledge that, yeah, they might be a little terrifying in this moment, but I have to do this. And since life is a journey constantly requiring more of us, it can feel kind of scary and overwhelming, but we have to do it anyway. And no matter what the outcome is, we get great feedback. We learn what works, we learn what doesn't work, and we take on new parts of ourselves that will not only serve us in the present, but will serve us in the future. Doing it anyway gives us insight, perspective, and clarity that could never come from sheer speculation. That can only come from experience. Because the truth is, some things you just won't know until you get in the ring and try. And the opportunities for growth are unmatched. The kind of confidence you gain when you do it anyway, when you do it afraid, when you do it unsure, when you do it uncertain about how ready you really are, when you do it anyway, there's just a different kind of confidence you gain, a different kind of knowing within yourself that I am capable. I can do this. I am this person. The confidence and clarity you gain is unmatched, and we all know that confidence and clarity are priceless. So I want to know, what have you allowed fear to keep you from doing? And what has that kept you from having? Let me know in the comments. And my last point, the last thing I learned on my journey is to surround yourself with people who play big. Surrounding yourself with people who think and play and move big, it shifts you. It changes your atmosphere when you have people around you who either validate what others might call crazy or push you to challenge yourself to see what your big is. And people who tend to think big and move big, they exude this confidence, this knowing that even if you don't have it for yourself, you have confidence to borrow. They have so much confidence that just being around them energizes and infuses you. Most of us can relate to this in a way that we've experienced someone who maybe had a bad day or a bad mood, and we had to shake that off. We had to not let that affect us and, not let that bother us. Well, the same is true for confidence. If you are around someone long enough, you will take on their attributes, their characteristics. So if you're around negative people all the time, if you're not already negative, you are more likely to become negative or fight negativity, fight the urge to become negative. And the same is true for positive people, confident people, motivated people. You are either going to match them, match their energy, or pull away. And that's just how it works. And the thing about people who play big, who move big, is that they tend to be so open, so generous. And for those people who are doing their own work, inner and outer work, they tend to be so happy to help them get to their next point. Because most people who think big, who move big, they've had to go on a path to get there. And they are usually inclined to help others save time, energy, heartbreak, and expedite their process. And my experience has shown me that most people who think big, who move big, genuinely want to see other people win. And they are happy to share the wisdom, the knowledge that they've gained through their experience to help somebody from the disappointments, the frustrations, all of the delay, all of the things that come with not having the most efficient path. And the beauty of being around people who move big, who are big, is that there's really no input required, because the confidence and the energy they exude is so readily available that if you are willing to catch it, it's there. As I said before, if you aren't in a negative place, if you aren't negative yourself and you are open, the confidence, the positivity, the light, it is readily available. All you have to do is be willing to catch it and then do something with it. And if you are willing to see that the beauty and the amazing things that have happened for them can happen for you too, anything becomes possible. There's no room to stay small, because you know that I can do it too. I can do my version of that thing just as well. If you don't count yourself out, anything becomes possible. So know that anything is possible for you, and go for it. There's no room for saying small when you know that anything is possible for you. So you don't count yourself out and you just go for it. I really hope you found this video helpful. I'm sharing my journey to document it, but I'm also sharing my journey because I really hope it helps someone. I hope it helps you. And before you go, I want to know, in what areas of your life are you playing small? And what are you going to do to change it so you can live the life that you deserve? So you can live the life that you desire, that you know, even if it's the smallest part of you, deep down inside that knows it is possible for me. Where are you playing small? And what are you going to do about it? If you found this video helpful, give it a like, a thumbs up, a share, and consider subscribing. And until my next one, know that you can play as big as you want to play. You can be as big as you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do, and you can have whatever you want to have. You are more than capable, and you deserve it.